who are supporting some stuff in these churches who ought not. You know what? I want to say some bad things, but I can't say it because they might block my account. But anyhow, the second person that called me, I can't call his name, but he's a young man I know years ago, and I know him from the Church of God of Prophecy. When I was doing my live recordings, doing the Bible readings, I saw this young man. At first I wasn't sure, but I saw him on the broadcast singing in the praise and worship with Trent Davis them. And I say, this young man, I know this young man is a staunch Church of God of Prophecy man. And so I was shocked, but sure enough, he called me. And when he called me, he started to speak to me about the videos on my TikTok page in regard to stuff. And he said, how you could be a part of this? And I said, son, you see what's going on? And then I say, and this boy started justifying Trent Davis. I really believe Trent used this boy. Yeah, Trent used this Church of God of Prophecy boy. And got this Church of God of Prophecy boy talking all kind of foolishness. Either he juiced him or he had him eating behind. And so the boy talking a bunch of S. Because the boy talking more foolishness. I say, son, what did they do to you? How you let them get you there? I say, boy, the boy tell me, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. I said, absolutely. I said, I myself am not perfect. I said, but son, we are in a situation where this is a crisis in the church. I said, the Bible says judgment shall begin in the house of the Lord. The boy say, oh, so you is God now. I say, I didn't say I am God. I said, the Bible says judgment shall begin in the house of the Lord. The boy say, oh, so you is. And he kept saying it. When I said that, I said, but I ain't God. I said, boy, what they do to you? How they get you? And I mean, this nigga is swung. You hear what I'm saying? Whatever they putting on him, he's swung. He say, oh, that boy, and he tell me, oh, me, I ain't never do that. He lying. They probably didn't bend that boy over 6 times in different, just like how the other boy tell Dwight them how him and Trent had sex all over the church. No. This is all alleged. Dwight tell me that, the man Dwight called me the other day, Dwight tell me, the boy say right then while he was talking to me, while he was dealing with me on the show, they were trying to talk to the young man, and the young man say, Tim and Trent had sex in every room of Golden Gates Church. The glory has departed from Golden Gates. I don't care how they sing, I don't care. Say they had sex in every room in the church. All. The bathroom, the pulpit room, the bedroom, the top of the room, the roof room, the Bible room, the testifying room, the missionary room, all kind of room. In the church. You know what I'm saying to you? They gone beyond. Randy Fraser and his wife say they're doing it on the church floor, and that's how they come get on the church floor in the pastor office. Because, the little girl actually directed them to the pastor office on the church floor. And that's how the police was able to go there and find DNA evidence from Randy Fraser on the church floor. But his wife comes and say, oh no, he didn't juice her there, he juiced me there. Stupid! Because it's no way. The boys say him and trying to do in every office in the church. Now, that's all alleged. I don't know if that's true. That's what Dwight and Bristol told me. It is all allegedly alleged. But yeah, that's what the boys say. Allegedly. Glory in Golden Gates. And Trent and Dwight those are talking to persons and documenting the stuff. Documenting it. And the young men are getting ready because they're preparing to go on record with respect to their experiences with the leadership of Golden Gates. And the Christian Council, who march against a sissy ship, can't march against a sissy church. Huh? Make that make sense. Shut that church down. Shut it down. You can march against a cruise ship of gay people, but you can't march against a church in your own Bahamas. Where they diddling the boys them? How you feel? You have no bloody well stream. I have no problems with adults living their lives, because everybody has to go to God for themselves. They have to account to God for their life living. They got all of us have some sense that we got to go to God for. What I have a problem with is someone using the church as a shield to promote and protect sissyism in the church. And I explained that to that boy on that second call, and he still couldn't see that because he was so swooned and swung by whatever they putting in him or on him that he refuses to see that something is absolutely unequivocally wrong when the church leader is diddling men in the church. If you're going to be a pastor, take over some office in the church, you can't do that. If you're going to be a pastor and if you was a pastor and you was a lover, you can't let that role go. You can't be juicing all the women in the church and then want to say you're the pastor. Or juicing people all about in the neighborhood and then want to be the pastor. No, you got to have some kind of this discipline and discretion. If you're all about juicing and can't keep your things to yourself, how are you holding office in the church as pastor? Worse yet, if you're taking advantage of the membership of the church, how can you declare yourself pastor? You ain't scared that lightning gonna strike you one day? Anyhow, let's move on. I can leave that. It's just irritating. To God be all the glory. All these diddling. I stop. Oh, Jesus. You can imagine. You don't know what to do when your little children or your sons and your daughters walk into the church because you ain't know how the pastor's looking at them. You ain't comfortable. Huh? You don't know if when they say kneel for prayers, if they saying it in a spiritual way or they saying it in a lustful way, that you have to be concerned about how they're looking at your children. Anyhow, let's move on. I was going to talk about the secret heads of agreement. And I'm annoyed at that because all of these governments have been signing secret heads of agreement and they've been telling us that PLP and FNM. They have been destroying us with these secret heads of agreements with these different projects, hotel properties, whatever they are, and they're not making the information public. And that is placing us, the Bahamian people, at a disadvantage as we continue to be sold out by these major political parties and their operatives. And so I have a problem with these secret heads of agreement because they make all sorts of deals in them and we don't know what these deals are and we don't know what our country is sacrificing in terms of land, in terms of revenue, in terms of human resources, just to please these people who are coming here and raking and scraping us. That's what they're doing. So we get taken advantage of as a people. We know it. And it's sad that our governments are doing this. They're doing it, and they don't care that we have to suffer. They're just doing it. It is what it is. But we need to vote against those authorities that are insistent on keeping us in the dark. The only time a head of agreement should remain secret is if it involves national security. And even then, you ought to be concerned. But if it involves national security, you don't want the war secret spilling out. But hotel and all that other stuff, no, man, we got to stop that. No. These people selling out and making deals for themselves. We got to stop that. All right? Stop voting for these people who don't care about us. Stop giving them strength. Stop lifting them up. Stop promoting them. Stop encouraging them. Stop giving life to them. And the Prime Minister just signed a big deal in Grand Bahama, and he can't tell us whether there's cash, whether the payment for the hotel is cash, or whether the money is on the account, or what's in the deal. can you feel comfortable supporting someone who is not prepared to account to you? Anyhow, stop voting foolish, all right? Anyhow, let's move on. We got a Haitian invasion taking place. Last week, it was Haitian Flag Day. Anybody? Y'all know about that? Last week. Or before last. Last week, I think. Haitian Flag Day. So they're celebrating Haitian Flag Day all over this country. Today, Louis Georges had a session, a community fair, he called it, where they are telling Haitians how to get Bahamian citizenship in this country. They're giving them the strength on telling them how to get Bahamian citizenship in this country. You understand what I'm saying to you? They're telling them how to be able to take advantage of what should only be privileged to Bahamians. Not anybody should be able to get citizenship in this country. I don't care. Both political parties have already failed us miserably as it relates to immigration in this country. PLP and FNM. None doing nothing to really fight for us. All throwing us under the bus. All selling us out. We have justices of the peace who are signing affidavits from persons saying they know these Haitians from 60 years ago and they born here, lying just to get people rights in this country. Some paying upwards of $20,000, $30,000 for an affidavit just to get citizenship in this country. So we're selling out our birthright. We got family members selling out their loved ones. People's marrying for money or taking their relative's name and getting married just to sell out their birthright in this country. This is what the country doing. This is what we're going through in this country. Nobody's fighting for us as it relates to immigration in the country. I have no hate against Haitians. I have Haitian relatives. My problem is that there are some rules and regulations that all of us have to abide by. There are some immigration policies that must be enforced. And in the Bahamas, where there's some failure, we need to fix the loopholes for persons and to ensure that those persons who are entitled to be here should be here, and those persons who don't have a right to be here should go home when their time is up. And meaning, if we have to put time on it, put time on it. There are some Haitians in this country who are here legitimately, who are tired of the people who are here who should not be here because they say it's creating a problem for them being here. That's how disastrous it is. And so we end up in a situation where Lincoln Bain, who is not a government minister, who's not a part of the official opposition, is out there with the police dealing with Haitians who have decided that Bahamian property belongs to them. And then they want people, oh, Lincoln ain't after Lincoln Bain. Lincoln promised $100,000. I don't care if he promised $200,000, $1 million. For what he do, I'll support him. Because we need somebody to stand up for us. And if Lincoln Bain chooses to do it because everybody else who we have elected has decided that they refuse to stand up for us and protect our rights, then I will support Lincoln Bain. And who don't like it, too bad. How in the hell? The Haitians come out there to do what they do, and not one Bahamian politician of significance is there to help in this fight. Every time you talk to them about immigration, they bringing up Loftus Roker. Loftus Roker can live and die. But what are you doing? Selling out Bahamian citizenship for $15,000 a pop. Giving Bahamian citizenship at funerals. Doing all sorts of foolishness. What are you doing? And then you want to get vexed with me when I say, guess what? If Lincoln stands up for us, I would help. Let me tell you what's going to happen in this country. Let's continue to be passive. Let's continue to allow this thing to fester. Let me tell you what's going to happen. If Lincoln don't take action, if Bahamians don't step up, we already beyond the Haitian invasion now. Because we got 300,000 Bahamians, 100,000 Haitians. plus, so probably 150,000 now. If Lincoln Bain does not, Pentad ain't gonna do nothing. Pentad ain't gonna do nothing. They didn't do nothing in the past, and they ain't gonna do nothing either. So, and I listen. I support the FNM, and I telling you, Pentad ain't gonna do nothing. None of them did anything. They didn't do anything before, and they ain't gonna do nothing now. But if Lincoln Bain don't take this in hand, seriously, because he's not compromised like the rest of them, we're in trouble. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. We can end up with a Haitian party with all Haitian candidates, and the only constituency they probably will not have a win in is Long Island. They will win every other constituency because they are slowly building their arsenal of support to help them. If Lincoln Bain doesn't take his stand and do what he needs to do, because you can't trust the PLP and you can't trust the FNM. When it comes to immigration, we're in trouble. The PLP selling you out every day on immigration. Every day. Every day. They sell out Albany workers. Albany workers should never forget how the PLP threw them under the bus. And Albany workers should never support the PLP. Not one Albany worker should support the PLP. Every Albany worker should vote against the PLP. Them and their family, because the PLP toss Albany workers under the bus for foreigners. So if Albany workers decide that they want to support the PLP, that is on them. But I'm saying to you that Lincoln Bain has to do something in terms of the immigration crisis. And he's already demonstrated that he ain't scared when it comes to dealing with that. And because if he doesn't do it, let me tell you what's going to happen. We're going to have a political party with all Haitian candidates, and they're going to win every seat in this country except Long Island. Everyone. All except Long Island, as they build their arsenal of support throughout this country. No Bahamian will be there. None. Except Long Island. Because Long Island ain't playing when it comes to immigration. The people have made it their personal business to ensure. You understand what I'm saying to you? That they ain't gonna let no invaders get on their island. But the rest of the Bahamas is in trouble. And our major political parties are selling us out with no problems. No problems. Anyhow, let's move on. My last subject tonight is on the situation that occurred at Preston H. Albury. And I chose this matter at this particular time because even though I wanted to avoid it, I have to talk about it. Earlier when I started the show, I extended my sincere condolences to Christina Penniman. And Christina had contacted me about a week ago about a situation going on with her. Christina had a situation where she went to the school with her son. They had to have a meeting with the principal with regard to LDC Thompson, who's a school administrator at the high school. We know this because, and we've confirmed this because we got to hear the voice notes about this. But the problem is how we ended up hearing those voice notes. Now, according to Christina, she said when she went to the school to have this meeting, Aldicia told her she could not record this meeting. And if she did record the meeting, that the police would be contacted. This is all alleged, but this is what we were told. So Christina said she did not record the meeting. Now, after the meeting was held, as far as Christina was concerned, it was done. Now, unbeknownst to Christina, Aldicia had a domestic situation with her fiance, Clyde Pelican. And Clyde got angry and misbehaved himself and basically tear up Aldicia's house. Now, whatever he put there, he teared up. And Clyde was arrested as a result of this. As a matter of fact, police officers were there while Clyde was tearing up the house. And after he didn't tear up the house, then they locked him up. Clyde, once he was arrested and placed in prison and locked up at Roxanne, told the officers, as soon as he get out, he's going to expose Aldicia. And Clyde, who's Aldicia's ex-fiancé, did exactly that, allegedly. Clyde, once he got out, sent this message to Christina. He said, "Good afternoon. This is Clyde. Are you aware that during the private meeting held in Mr. Roberts' office that you were being recorded?" And so Christina responds, "Who is Clyde? And can I help you?" And so Clyde asks, "Is this Christina?" Christina said, "Yes, it is. Can I help you?" Clyde said, "Just wanted you to be aware that during your meeting with Mr. Roberts concerning your son and Aldicia, she was secretly recording the entire conversation." Okay? Now, Christina sent us this information. And when she sent us the information, along with the recording, because Clyde sent her the recording, we had put it out. Now, we put it out, and then we pulled it back because we had for whatever reason, we just pulled it back. And we did pull, even though we put it out and put it on our TikTok page, we had put it out, we pulled it back and we made it private. And when we made it private, we were not aware that someone had taken the reporting from our page and gone and put it elsewhere. And apparently that site was 242 in the know. They took the broadcast and they put it on their page, where it garnered almost, I think, 30,000 views. Now, it is alleged that the principal, Mr. Roberts, of Preston H. Aubrey, was concerned, and he said he would report the matter. I don't know if he did. Christina did report the matter, and the police, I think, told her they would do something about it. I don't know how much they can do. The police did tell her, like I advised her, I said, I'm not sure of what action can be taken because our laws concerning recording are not that stringent. Now, I would expect that the Ministry of Education would have some systems in place to properly address this situation. But clearly that's not the case because Aldicia is still teaching, still at school, still the administrator, still doing what she does. It is what it is. Now, I have no hatred against Aldicia. I have no hatred against her mommy. I have no hatred against any members of the family. They are all people who contribute to the Lucha community. Her mommy is a major support in the nursing and in the medical industry, and she does great work, and people appreciate her, and she is a pillar of strength to South Eleuthera. The daughters are doing well in terms of helping and teaching in this community, and they, as a matter of fact, somebody just spoke well about the other daughter who's teaching at Emma Cooper School. And so it is what it is. But mind you, the problem though is when we have these little one-off situations, because while I understand Aldicia's position with addressing the concern in the office, you had no right to record that woman and her child. And the Ministry of Education is garbage if they allow you to remain at Preston H. Aubrey, knowing full well that you violated the privacy of the parents and your boss, the principal, by exposing that recording to someone who was not a Ministry of Education employee, not a representative president of HRP High School. Because you can need to tell me and the people how Clyde got his hands on that recording. And I don't care if he was your fiance. But you see, LDC is a law unto herself. And some people don't want to say this. That's why I get in trouble. Because I investigated it before. And all of that contributed to me losing my job. Because I go investigate these people and do these things. And I just looked at the report tonight. I looked at the report tonight when I investigated it. Because it's in the first, Christina is claiming that LDC is trying to intimidate or make her son feel some type of way. And yeah, I know of her trying to destroy somebody else's son, because that was the situation in relation to Ivor Hall's son, Chavez. Hall knows. Chavez is a mental patient, but he's still somebody's son. Just like LDC has a son, he too. Ivor has a son. And Ivor's son had his rights violated when LDC, the same principal, the same administrator for Preston HRP High School, tried to knock this boy down 3 times with her vehicle in Rock Sound in January of 2023. So, she's not a saint. As a matter of fact, with that type of action, she should not be in no school teaching nobody children. But it is what it is. Here's the problem. And she was convicted in that matter. And she got a slap on the wrist. I think 6 months, probably conditional discharge, so it probably won't show up on a police record. Because what I found interesting was, here's this lady I investigated this case where this lady tried to knock down this boy with her vehicle. And I saw her bragging about how she getting promoted and this, that. And I was like, what's going on here? That time I know they throwing me under the bus. So listen to me. I ended up, listen. I can read. I have the case file still here in front of me. I literally have this case file in front of me. And I have let me see what else I have on this in front of me. I'll tell you what else I have in front of me. I have my report in respect to this matter in front of me. And everything, I have the whole thing in front of me. You understand what I'm saying to you? And when I tell you the matter got tossed, the matter was tossed. The matter was tossed. They literally tried to do me in respect of this matter. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because I was thorough in my investigation of the matter. Thorough. Let me see what else I have. Let me put this down here. And I can tell you what I have, and I can show you all. Because I ain't got nothing against nobody. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And Ministry of Education need to get it together. If somebody to the school terrorizing people and terrorizing, trying to kill the young men in the community, say, Mom, listen, what we can do, we can let you go live somewhere else for a little while, and then we can do things. And I can read you all my investigators' notes on it. So when they take this case happened with Chavez, when LDC tried to knock Chavez down by Sammy's restaurant in Rock Sound. This case, and I think I still have the video somewhere. If I find the video, I can put the video up. If I find the video, I think I still can find the video. And if I find the video, I can put the video up. But this case happened on January 21st, 2023. That's 2 years ago. And I was at work that morning getting off, actually, when that occurred. And they gave me that case to deal with 6 months later almost, on the 19th of June, which was 2 days away from when that case would become statute bound, because they didn't figure that I would get that matter dealt with. They didn't figure that out. They took me for light. And they say, you ain't gonna deal with this. And they give me the matter 2 days before it would be statute bar because they figured I, as a reservist, I ain't gonna be able to come to work. I did the investigation on that whole matter in 1 day. And then I wrote my investigator's report. The same report that Nigel Rowe told me was too long. I wrote it on June 19th. I got the case. I can tell you what I got the case on the 17th of June. I did the investigation on the 18th of June, and I wrote my report about that investigation on the 19th of June, which was literally 2 days away from when that case would become statute bar on the 21st, I believe, of June. Could be wrong. Yeah, but the 21st of June. That had been 6 months, I think. Right? All right. It says, investigators report of Reserve Sergeant 641 Gibson incident is assault with a deadly weapon, and it had 2 case numbers. Case 123-04915 and 123-063327. The complainant is Chavez Marlon Hall. His date of birth is April 3rd, 1998, of William Street, Roxanne, and the accused was Altecia Shakincha Thompson of Knowles Hill Subdivision. And it says, Reserve Sergeant 641 Gibson reports. On Sunday, May 21st, 2023, while on duty at the Roxanne Police Station, I officially became involved in this matter when, on instruction from Woman Corporal Carey, I recorded a written statement of complaint from Chavez Hall stemming from an incident that occurred on Saturday, January 21st, 2023, at Sammy's restaurant located at Aubrey Lane, Roxanne. Woman Corporal Carey at the time explained that she could not be involved in the matter due to a conflict of interest. On Sunday, June 18, 2023, I followed up with Inspector Dale Clark regarding this matter, and he instructed me to conduct an investigation into same, which I commenced immediately by reviewing all of the diary entries. The initial entries of January 21st relating to this matter were recorded in the station diary by Woman Sergeant 3016 Russell as indicated below. And I note where Aldecia came to the station, Aldecia came to the station and reported that while she was at Sammy's kitchen, Chavez approached her, son about textbooks, and then she talked about how Chavez cursed out. I have all the diary entry and so forth. Woman Sergeant Russell informed Aldecia to resolve the matter outside of court, and it will become a civil matter, blah, blah, blah. But Aldecia accused Chavez of cracking her windshield. This is on the 21st of January, 2023. Then Woman Sergeant Russell did some inquiries on the matter. Then she recorded another update on the matter in reference to the matter. She said, she asked Aldecia to get estimates because at the time when Aldecia tried to knock down Chavez, Chavez jumped the last time when she ran the car towards him. He jumped upon the car and ended up hitting the car windshield with his cell phone, damaging his cell phone and damaging the car windshield, all trying to protect himself when this girl ran this car in. All right? I said, note, Chavez reported in a statement taken on May 21st, 2023, that he had been seen and spoken to at the Roxanne Police Station by Woman Sergeant Russell and Corporal Demerit immediately after the incident was reported, but there is no documentation in the diary regarding this. Of course, so he did report the matter, he did come to the station, but they never, Sergeant Russell nor Demerit, documented that Chavez had been there, according to Chavez. That's what Chavez said. On Sunday, I said that after this incident was reported, but there is no documentation in the diary regarding this, and there's no indication that his initial encounter with police in relation to this matter was entered into the AS400. I said on Sunday, January 22nd, 2023 at 8:50 a.m., the complainant Chavez Hall came into the Roxanne station and gave a report to Woman Sergeant 232 Rogers Bethel. No statement was taken by Sergeant Rogers Bethel. No statement was taken, but Woman Sergeant Rogers Bethel conducted an inquiry into the matter and submitted a report, which is attached to the file and initiated the matter in the AS400 system. So the first time this matter goes into the AS400 is when Woman Sergeant Bethel puts the matter in the AS400, and she gives it a case number. Okay? Now, Sergeant Bethel, from her own investigation of the matter, realized that the matter did not go as Aldecia had reported it. She did not. She realized this wasn't making no sense. She went and she looked at the video of the incident, and she saw where Aldicia had attempted to knock this young man down, and she realized that the footage did not match with the report that Aldicia had given. I continued on my report. On Sunday, February 12, 2023 at 11:30 a.m., the complainant Chavez Hall returned to the station and filed a formal complaint with Woman Corporal Carey requesting police action. Woman Corporal Carey did not record a written statement from Hall, but she documented his complaint in the diary as follows. And she did put where he came in, where Chavez Hall came into the station, explained his entire situation, blah, blah, blah. But of course, as you heard earlier, Corporal Carey said she avoided dealing with this matter because it was a conflict of interest in relation to her. Yeah, allegedly Aldicia was seeing her husband or some story, I know. Anyhow, so on Sunday, May 21st, 2023 at 8:20 p.m., the complainant Chavez Hall again came to the Roxanne police station regarding this matter. At that time, I was on duty with Woman Corporal Carey, and she instructed me to record a written statement from him, which I did. And I did have that statement. I said that same evening, Woman Corporal Carey also initiated the matter as reported on February 12, 2023 in the S400, and she generated, so this matter ended up with 2 case numbers in the same thing on that thing. This matter ended up with 2 case numbers, same matter. I continue. On Sunday, June 18th, after conferring with Inspector Clark, so that was Sunday, who gave certain instructions on the matter, at 9:47 a.m., I contacted Woman Sergeant 232 Rogers Bethel, reference to her inquiry into this matter. She confirmed that she did proceed to Sammy's restaurant, where she spoke to a number of persons about what had transpired and viewed the footage of the incident. She further stated that there was no request for police action. However, she prepared a report, reference the same, which was submitted to Inspector Clark. See attached copy of the report on the file. So I actually got that report. Even though they was acting like nothing was happening with this matter, something was happening, but they were deliberately protecting Aldicia and throwing Chavez under the bus because Chavez is a mental patient, and who gonna listen to him? And he ain't making no sense. And this, that, and that. Chavez is somebody's son, and right is right and wrong is wrong. Anyhow, at 5:01, same date, I commenced recording a witness statement from Margarita Culmer of Red Road, Roxanne, reference to this matter. The statement was, I attached that to the file. I also recorded, forwarded 2 pieces of evidence from Margarita's cell phone to my cell phone. And these were the interior camera of Sammy's restaurant and the exterior camera of Sammy's restaurant. After viewing the forwarded footage, I forwarded both of them via WhatsApp to Inspector Dale Clark. At 5:45, I commenced recording a witness statement from Jessica Jane. I concluded that, and then I commenced recording a statement from Monique Lakeisha Smith of Chris Brown Boulevard, and then I commenced recording a statement from Shirley and Victoria Knowles of Bristol Road, Roxanne. At 11:50 p.m. same day, I forwarded the file to the attention of Inspector Dale Clark for consideration and further directives. So yes, I did do my investigation. Hold on, I can tell you now. When I forwarded the file to Inspector Dale Clark, I sent my report on the matter. I said, "Dear Inspector Clark," I said, "Inspector Clark, sir, I have completed my initial investigation into this matter, which occurred on Saturday, January 21st, 2023 at Sammy's Place, located at Aubrey Lane, Roxanne, Louisville. An official complaint was made on Sunday, February 12th, 2023 by Chavez Hall, and who stated that Aldicia Thompson attempted to knock him down with her vehicle, resulting in damage to his cell phone, a Samsung A12, after he had spoken to her son. I said the matter was initially investigated by Woman Sergeant Rogers, who also viewed footage of this incident and prepared a report relative thereto. I said on Sunday, May 21st, 2023, on instruction from Woman Corporal Carey, I recorded a written statement from Chavez Hall. On Sunday, June 18, I recorded statements from 4 witnesses mentioned in his complaint, 3 of whom corroborated what the complainant had said. 3 of them say what Chavez was saying was absolutely true. 3 of the witnesses, all of them, at different times, gave different statements. None of them are related. None of them are connected. And all of them say, yes, this girl tried to knock this boy down. And they corroborated Chavez's statement from start to finish. Watch this. I said, I also viewed the footage of this incident, which appears to depict and corroborate what was reported by the complainant. He said that Aldecia tried to knock him down with her car in front of Sammy's 3 times. I tell you, I viewed the footage. I tell Inspector Clark, I viewed the footage, and yes, based on what I see, yeah, he is telling the truth. Okay? I said, sir, based on my investigation, I'm satisfied that the incident did occur between the complainant and the suspect that warrants the suspect being arrested and interviewed and subsequently charged with the offense of assault with a dangerous instrument, deadly weapon, and damage, as she was the aggressor in this incident. I'm forwarding this file to you for your perusal and further directives. Okay? And then Inspector Clark turned around and handed the file over to Corporal Brown. After he handed the file over to Corporal Brown on the 20th that same month, LDC was brought into the station, and she was arrested and charged by Corporal Brown reference to this incident. And Ramal Ferreira came into the station to represent as her attorney. All right? Corporal Brown did the interview with her, and he eventually released her, and then Corporal Brown made a report of how he had done his part in respect of that incident. Now watch this now. File ready to go to court. I did basically that part of the file. I was the investigating officer that led up to Brown to the part where the file was handed off to Brown, because they take the file from me because this nigga actually investigating this matter, which we had never intended for anybody to investigate. So we got to take this from Gibson, and they did just that. Now Brown was doing his job, but you understand what I'm saying? They're going to give Brown that case file in the first place. But it is what it is. Watch what happens. After I sent the file, I sent my report. And I sent my report to Superintendent ASP at the time, Nigel Road. And he said to me, now, what cost me, let me see, because I sent him 2, and I used to be working all hours, because I sent him a report on let's see what time this was, at 4 a.m. in the morning. Because I didn't send the report to Nigel Road originally, but I sent it to him at 4 a.m. in the morning. I sent it to him and Dale, and I said, good morning, sir, because something got me. I said, please accept my humble apologies for my delay in forwarding the attached report, because I forwarded the report on August 8th. I didn't do my investigation. I forwarded the report on August 8th. Now, here's where I had a problem. While I was working, I saw the docket for the case. Because remember now, they took the file from me and gave it to somebody else. But I saw the docket. I was the investigating officer, but my name was not on the docket. And you know, normally the investigating officer would be a witness in the matter because they investigated the matter. But no, my name was not placed on that docket. If that didn't tell me something was going on with this case, I don't know what else would. But they took my name off they would not put my name on the docket. But I saw it. And when I saw it, I wrote this email to Nigel Rowe. I said, good morning, sir. Please accept my humble apologies for my delay in forwarding the attached report. Grateful if you would review and advise if there's anything that needs to be adjusted or reconsidered. Also, I was not able to see the actual docket with reference to this matter, but the digital copy on the computer does not have my name listed as a witness. I wanted to confirm whether or not that is an error or simply not necessary. This matter is of great concern to me, and I would not want us to have any issues affecting our ability to effectively prosecute same when it is presented before the courts. And they delayed that matter and delayed that matter and delayed that matter. You hear what I'm saying to you? I want you all to pay attention to me. I sent that to Mr. Roll. And when I sent it to Mr. Roll responded later on, because I sent that to him at 4:13 in the morning. He responded later on that afternoon at 6:55. He said, good afternoon, sir. I have perused your report and will speak to you at the station tomorrow, Lord's willing. And he did speak to me the next day. And he didn't say anything about me investigating the matter. You know what he said? He said, oh, your report on this matter is too long. It can't be 2 pages long. It's only supposed to be 1 page. Because they wanted me, I had everything in that report. All the ingredients, all the details. So there was no way you could throw it away because I had everything there. So their excuse was The report is too long. That's what they said. You ever said to you? Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. The report is too long. Because I had all of the details there. Every bit, every drop. That case finally went to court well after I was fired. They fired me, you know. And they extended that case to court. And that young lady got away with a slap on the wrist. And so because she got away with a slap on the wrist, she's content to continue to destroy young men like Christina's son. Because she knows, if I try to knock him down, they ain't do me nothing. If I try to jail him, they ain't do me nothing. I don't see why I should have a problem recording them. Even though I work for the Ministry of Education. And this should be absolutely against Ministry of Education policies. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, some people can be vexed with me for making this report. But it is what it is. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Gotta shut it down. Aldecia needs to calm down. And she needs to stop. She needs to think. She needs to be considerate of other people. Not only you have sons, other people have sons. Treat them with respect. Treat them fairly. Don't mistreat them. Don't take advantage of them. Don't try to knock them down. God don't sleep and God don't slumber. You have to understand that whatever you sow, you reap. That's the reality of the matter. And some people ain't gonna like me for saying that, but it is what it is. I only can tell you the truth. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's 12:24. God has been good to us. All of us stayed up late, and I do apologize for starting so late. I love all of you all. I thank God for all of you. I had to tell that story. Hopefully, it will do something. Hopefully, the Ministry of Education will actually stand up to Aldecia. Preston H. Albury will stand up to Aldecia. And y'all will do something. I can still submit a report to the Ministry of Education. I can help Christina submit a report. I can personally help her. Soon as she get over the situation with her mommy, I can help her to send the report to the Ministry of Education. Properly written. Send to them. Send it to all their offices so that we could put a stop to this foolishness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is TMI. I love all of you. God bless all of you. You all have a wonderful, awesome, and blessed night. I'm going to my bed. I have church in the morning. For God's sake, see you all later. Good night, everybody. God bless.